Hi guys and dolls, today I'm going to be sharing with you this makeup tutorial. It's very similar to the makeup that I was wearing in last week's haul video and the makeup storage video that I did. Really quickly, I do want to mention the bamboo thing that I showed. It's actually currently on sale at Costco, so it's like $4 off, so it's actually only $15 for all three pieces. It's kind of crazy. And then of course I always get questions about my nails, so I also want to mention to you that my nail polish is Jinx from the OPI Bond Girls collection. And the other product I want to give a special shout out to is this liner from Stila. I used it in my waterline. It's like really super intense. If you guys remember, like a month ago I bought the liquid liner. Because once I started using it on my eyes it had really bad color payoff, but this little guy right here is amazing and I highly recommend that you pick this up. This is the Stila shade stick, or Sheila. This is the Stila shade smudge stick. Thank you everyone for giving me feedback on the video format from my last video. It seems like the overwhelming majority of you like this format, so I'm going to be trying it out again. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. I started out with the Nars Smudge-Proof primer. This is going to make sure that my eyes remain nice and crease resistant. And if you don't know what creasing is, it's like that oily line your eyeshadow gets. It's a hot mess. I'm not a fan. I use primer all the time. I pretty much never do my makeup without primer. Now I have slightly hooded lids, so I like to use a transitional shade like this one here. This is from the Naked palette. It's called Naked 2. And it's a nice neutral shade. It is really great at just creating that appearance of a shadow on the eye when one doesn't really exist. And when you're doing a smoky eye, it helps sort of blend out those harsher, darker colors. So to begin my smoky eye, I started with the dark brown from the Bare My Soul palette. This is from the new Temperature Rising collection that's coming out with MAC. And I used a 217 and I just sort of gently rocked it in that outer corner. So I just built that color up in a nice rounded, almost like a C shape in my outer corner here. Again, I'm creating a little more depth for my slightly hooded lids, and also it just gives you a nice haze when you go to put the other color on. It just looks really well blended and effortless. For my eyebrow highlight today, I used the Milani Shadow Eyes pencil in Almond Cream. And I love this because it gives me that effect of a concealer in that it, covers up all the, eyebrow veins and all that nice neat junk, but it also is like really, really water resistant. So this is like my new favorite product. And I mentioned in a previous video that it was really similar to MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, but it's almost like Soft Ochre and Painterly Paint Pot had a baby, if I'm being completely honest. The awesome green shade that you see that I'm wearing today is also from this palette. It's called Friendly, and I know there's going to be a lot of comparisons to Club. I feel like this is a much more emerald color. It's a little darker and deeper. It's really fantastic. So I patted that all over my lid using a Sonia Kashuk brush. This is like my favorite little go-to brush. And then I placed a little bit of the color in the outer corner, and then I began to blend it out with a fluffier but sort of small tapered crease brush. This is going to just give me more control versus using a more fluffy, blending brush. And I just wanted to sort of feather it into the brown and kind of make them one. When two become one. Okay, I'm done. To get a little bit more shine out of the shadow, I very lightly sprayed this brush also with Fix Plus and then sort of patted it over the shadow to just kind of enhance the shine. Now because I can't leave well enough alone, I also added a powder highlight. This is MAC's Brule eyeshadow. It's a beige that has a slightly yellowish undertone to it, so it goes really well with any kind of greens or browns that are in a warmer, yellower state of mind, if you will. And to apply that I used a MAC 227 brush. This is great at just, sort of blending out any kind of smoky eye. This is kind of like one of those easy button brushes because it kind of does most of the work for you. Now when you're doing a smoky eye like this, you don't necessarily need to use an eyeliner, but I just kind of felt naked without it for some reason. So I used the Physicians Formula Eye Booster eyeliner in Ultra Black and just did a really thin line across my lash line, nothing to write home about. For my eyebrows today, I wanted to do something very natural, so I used MAC's Fling Brow Pencil, almost identical to my natural eyebrow color, and then I used my brow gel, which it started out clear. This is so gross. Yeah, we're just gonna move on from there. Now for my foundation today, I used a primer and foundation combo that I'm not sure if I've used before. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer Oil-Free SPF 15. This is a really long name. What's with the products and the super long names? It's crazy. This is a really good primer because it has a little bit of sunscreen, so it gives me just a little bit more protection in addition to my regular moisturizer that also has, I think it has an SPF 30, but this also has a very different texture from a lot of primers. It doesn't have like that silicone-y feel. It feels almost like a very thin lotion, and it just makes my skin feel so good, and my skin's been really dry lately, so this has been quite good to it, but it's very expensive, so I use it sparingly. My foundation today is, as always, the Illamasqua Skinbase in white and 3.5. I love this stuff. It's the bomb. That with the Beauty Blender is like this is just foundation heaven for me. It's so good. It looks good on camera. It looks good in person. I've even worn it on really hot days. This is like my fave. Now for concealer, I wanted some hardcore concealing because I have the zit on my lip and just dark circles have been really bad lately. I'm just having skin issues, if you catch my drift. So I use the Pro Longwear concealer from MAC. This is my hardcore concealer that I like to go to. I like to mix this in with the Illamasqua Skinbase because the Illamasqua Skinbase has a nice creamy consistency, whereas the MAC Pro Longwear concealer is a little drying. So the combination together work really well. For powder today, I went to another favorite, and that is the Purely Cosmetics Diamond Powder, and this is the Samantha Chapman Blush Brush, which I prefer to use as an all over powder brush. I absolutely love this combination, this brush with this powder and the foundation, and they're all coming together and singing Kumbaya and making my face look amazing. So anyway, for my blush today, I used the Blissful Amazonian Clay Blush from Tarte, and I love this color. It's a nice peachy color without having a shimmer. A lot of my other peach blushes have shimmer, but this one's a nice matte. And it just gives my skin like a very subtle, natural look because it's almost like a translucent looking blush. You have to build it up a little bit, but I like that about it. For my lower lash line today, I wanted to use my Stila Smudge Stick. Why can't I say that? Anyway, I put this on my inner rim or my waterline or whatever terminology really floats your boat. Placed it on there and it's like super opaque and like 1.5 coats, like one swipe, one back, you're done. It's amazing. And then for my lower lash line itself, I used Deep End 24/7 pencil from Urban Decay, and this combination is like really awesome because I have the lightness in my inner rim that makes my eyes look so open, but it's all turquoise, baby. I don't know why I'm so weird. Don't judge me. I used my current favorite mascara today as well. This is the Blinc Mascara Amplified. And a little tip when you're applying mascara is to not pump the wand. When you pump the wand, you're basically like injecting air into the wand, and that over time is going to dry out your mascara. And I don't know about you, but I don't like dried out mascara. It makes me mad. So if you want to get more mascara on the little spoolie or the little wand, do this. You like gently twist it. Works every time. So when it came to my lips, I wanted to get a little experimental. I started out with the OCC Rhythm Box Stained Gloss, and I started out applying it lightly, and then I was like, heck no, I want more color, so I kept building it up. And then I kind of wanted to like clean up my lip line, so I started with MAC's Beat Lip Liner and just sort of tried to clean up my edges and stuff, and then I kind of made more of a mess. You know how it goes. So I spent a lot of time cleaning that up, and then finally I put on a little bit of this lipstick, which is also from the Temperature Rising collection from MAC. It's called Caliente, and it's one of their Dazzle lipsticks. And I'm gonna reapply a little bit right now. And there's one last piece of the makeup puzzle that I want to do. Lately I've been filling in this freckle that's underneath my eye here. It's like kind of a weird freckle. It's kind of like green in tone, and when I put concealer on that area, it doesn't really quite cover it up, but like if I build it up, it ends up looking like weird and cakey. I've just been filling it in because it feels good. So I just take the same brow pencil that I used on my brows, place it over, twist, and pull away. And it's a very subtle way to kind of bring, you know, your own natural freckles out. I actually the other day went in and like highlighted a bunch of my freckles, well, like basically reapplied them over themselves. I know it's weird, but it's something kind of fun, something different. It's always fun to experiment with new ways to use your products and new ways to, you know, paint your face. So anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video format, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be yourself. See you, bye. This right here is the bamboo drawer organizer, and it's expandable, and so I have it just expanded in the front, so in the back portion, the back part that can expand is not expanded. And because these are adjustable, you can make them any size. So I have like a skinny one for colored mascara, a larger one for my everyday mascaras.